for Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Yay! So like I said, before we get into it, this is our all the spoilers video. We're going to talk spoilers like crazy. We're going to spoil everything. So if you're looking for a no spoiler review, the link is in the description below, or something's popping up right about now. You can click on that, and then you can come back, check this one out after you've seen the movie and you're ready for the spoilers, okay? So here's your warning. I'm going to give you fair time to click away. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. and spoilers. So okay, you guys gone? You gone? All right, we're all cool. We're all cool. Okay, so we very much enjoyed this movie. In case this is the only one you've seen, let me just recap real quick. My opinion is I'm just kind of whelmed. I'm not underwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. I have some issues with it. I felt there needed to be more world building. And we'll get into more depth of all that stuff in a moment. Performances are great. Nice little surprise for most people at the end. Some things I saw coming. Music's really good. Effects are hit or miss. Designs are great. Performances are great. Jacob is by far the best character in the movie.
Motherfuckers, why'd you wipe his memory?
Yeah. Well, fuck it. Let's get into it. Other than some of the beasts, he is the best. He's the best human character, hands down. And I have a big issue with it because in America, you know, wizards and humans can't marry or can't be together, and like no one can know.
Hello, segregation parable.
Yeah, which kind of works. But he falls in love with this my second favorite human character, whose name I can't remember.
Queenie.
Queenie, yes. And she's adorable, and she can read minds.
She's Harley Quinn, but not insane.
Oh my God, that's a good explanation. That's probably why I thought she was so cool. But their romance is really adorable. It really is totes adorable. It's as adorable as some of the beasts. But I'm so bothered by the ending of this because they did they had to wipe his memory, and I'm like, don't do it. And they did. They wiped his memory, and I'm like, well, if you guys are so in love, like, can't you just be like, hey, instead of wiping my memory, can I just move to England where it's okay for me to know this stuff? Because, you know, it wasn't like the guy, it was clear as an audience member, this guy was not going to be a danger with any of the knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, he was taking it all like a champ pretty well, you know, he's like, okay, this is crazy and scary and fucked up, but but I'm enjoying it. But, so that kind of, that aggravated me at the end.
I kind of have a theory as to why they decided to do that. Because they've already announced that they're making, like, I think 4 other movies.
Yeah, it'll be a total of 5, supposedly.
So, and
good too.
I think they basically were cutting basically any ties so that they can take the Newt character, move him on someplace else, and put him with a whole new cast of people.
Yeah, perhaps Germany. Do you know, by the way? Because I don't want to...
I know about...
the general premise of where they're probably going with this saga?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I think we're talking about the same thing, but we'll get to that when we talk about the thing at the end.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because there's every expectation that Jacob is going to become, like, Newt's sidekick.
Yeah, and that's what I want.
Yeah, I think we
really
all
good
live
together.
like that.
And maybe they still will. Maybe he'll show back up and be like, oh, here's your memory back.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But it was kind of cute how at the end there were still traces of it lingering around. So it's not impossible maybe for it to come back.
Right, and not only that, but...
because they got rid of it in a very unconventional sort of way.
Yeah, that's true, with all the rain and all that stuff.
Yeah, so
they could wipe the whole city at once.
So it's not like their original, like, you know, memory wipe thing.
Yeah.
Neuralizer.
Yeah, the Men in Black, yeah. But yeah, I do like that very, very, very ending part of the end, because, and the way they do it, it's left open to interpretation that maybe it was coming back.
I almost kind of wish they had done that as an end credit scene.
Oh, that would have been a good post scene. By the way, guys, no post scene.
No post
So
scene.
don't worry about it. No mid, no post scene.
Yeah.
Good music though, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some cool stuff. Let's do one of the other big spoilers. Colin Farrell turns out to be the bad guy. And before we get to the big part of the spoiler, he's not that well defined as the bad guy. And even once they clearly reveal before the big transition that he's the bad guy, he's still not that evil of a bad guy in anything he's doing or saying necessarily.
Well, he's one of the, okay, so bit of context, this takes place after the Great War, i.e. World War I.
1926.
Yeah. and there's there's still baddies running around Europe. That's the whole opening thing is Grindelwald. With the news crawl, which could have been a little slower.
Yeah, this is what we had to cut out of the no spoiler, is we started talking about how there's a whole newspaper sequence in the beginning setting up everything going on, and I realized some people don't like to know how the movie begins, so we just thought we'd ixnay that to be safe.
I'm not saying it has to be a lot slower, just a tiny bit.
And you were saying in different languages and stuff,
and plus they have all the animations and stuff. You don't know where the fuck to look.
Yeah, and in 3D and all that stuff. It's very overwhelming. It needed to be a little bit. That's what I'm saying. It's a 2 hour and 13 movie, 2 hour and 13 minute movie, and it could have been expanded a little bit for sure. I think they could have taken more time with that.
That's one of those things when you get on
building.
DVD and put on slow play.
Yeah, and like pause on things. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyways, you kind of get the vibe that that this Graves is kind of one of those hawkish camps where it's like, oh, there's a weapon that I can have that we can use to do things with, and so it's not necessarily like evil per se, but you're kind of like going like, he's not exactly on the up and up either. Yeah,
and it's clear it's one of those kind of storytellings of the main bad guy is basically just, hey, humans are inferior and we should rule them. That's kind of the trajectory they're going on.
And it's one of the things. Well, it's he's the hero of his story.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the hero of his history as well. Anyway, so let's just hit that big spoiler then that you didn't know anything.
I did not. How did I not know about
this?
You
didn't know anything about this.
No.
You didn't. Okay, so
I was like, the fuck?
This is like the big spoiler. So if you're here for just little bits, you want to miss this part probably. Ready? Okay. Johnny Depp. Colin Farrell turns into Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is playing the Grindel?
I think it's Grindelwald.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people were gasping and all that stuff. Now, I'd heard he was in there because there was a big internet backlash about people were so upset that he's been cast in this movie. I'm assuming because of his recent.
Of that.
That's amazing to me because this seems like the kind of thing that would have been plastered all over the sites you read.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I don't know how I missed that.
But I saw it coming. I did. Going into the movie, I didn't know it was in this movie because this was more recent. So I assumed it was just cast for later. But once they kind of had him, and especially when Eddie Redmayne says reveal or whatever, I'm like, oh fuck, it's Johnny Depp.
There is sort of a clue. There was a clue for me that there was something going on with that character, though, the Graves character, because there's the news feed, I think, and then there's a scene where a bunch of people are getting blasted away, and you see this guy. He's got white hair and it's shaved on the sides.
It looked very Colin Farrell. I didn't even.
And then you see next one. You see Nick's same hairdo but different color.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
that's a good point.
You're like, okay, how's he tied into all this?
Yeah, and it was fairly obvious Colin Farrell was going to be the bad guy from the beginning.
Because he's Colin Farrell?
No, he plays good guys too. It's just the way he was doing things, how quick he was to like try and get Newt executed and the other main girl executed, all that, without any kind of talking to anybody about anything. It just, and then you saw him secretly talking to Ezra Miller, because he was like the adopted son of this like religious witch hunting lady. Yeah, his name was Credence. By the way, and of course Ezra Miller, and I'm thinking he's got to be the bad guy. He's got to be the bad guy. They try so hard to misdirect you. But it turns out he's the bad guy. I'm like, knew it.
I fell for the misdirect for a while because I thought it was the little girl.
I'm not saying I didn't 100% fall for it, but kind of.
The thing is, and that's primarily because I believed it when they said, it's like, well, people who do this don't live past, age 10, and Ezra's like 18.
Right, and that's what I kept thinking in the back of my mind, but then I kept also thinking that is such a movie trick.
Yeah.
So that's why it wasn't that I didn't go with the misdirect, but it was always in the back of my mind that could be total bullshit. So when it turned out to be BS, I was like, yeah, okay, totally saw it coming. But can I say there was a moment when Ezra Miller, he's like turns into the big black smoke monster, but you can like see his face like straining through it. Yeah. And I'm so waiting for Batman versus Superman meme mashups because I was just totally reminded of him coming through the Speed Force to warn Bruce Wayne.
Actually, the thing is, his character looks like Lurch, the early years.
Yeah, that's very true too. And I don't know there are elements of his performance I liked, but again, it seemed so caricature. Like, I feel like all the characters were very one-dimensional.
Well, a lot of Harry Potter characters tend to come off that way.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even our leads, like, I don't know about Newt. I don't know about Eddie Redmayne because they did actually kind of still leave him fairly mysterious. They give you all these little clues about his backstory, but...
Yeah, his main thing is when he's around humans, he's very like, but when he's around animals, it's like, hi, how you doing? No, don't eat him.
And she made this reference off camera, but she was joking about him auditioning for Doctor Who. The more I'm thinking about his performance in this movie, the more I'm totally agreeing with you. He was giving he very much had that vibe of the Doctor of, it's like, I'm gonna let you think I'm crazy when really I'm formulating this billion-step plan.
It's like, don't kill the animals. Just because you don't understand why they do or how they work, doesn't mean you have to kill them.
Yeah, that's also very doctorish. Yeah.
It's like I'm making an instruction manual. See?
Yeah. So all that was pretty cool. It's some nice little touches too that he had a past romance with. Was it Luna? Was it?
No, not Luna.
Lita? Lita Lovegood? Anyways, no, Lestrange. I'm sorry, Lestrange.
Yeah.
Lita Lestrange. So we got a nice little, and that was played by Zoe Kravitz. So that's interesting. Yeah. You just saw her photo. I'm sure that'll come into play in the future. And we also had a Dumbledore reference, and of course Hogswort reference, because there's an argument about the American school being better or Hogwarts being the best. So that was kind of cute. Okay, so the one part though that did for me, even though it was world building, but again, like I said, this may have been my martinis wore off. I was comfortable. But when he brings Jacob into his suitcase and you see this whole world, when he brings Jacob into his TARDIS and you see this whole world of all the other.
You got bored in that section?
Well, that's where it dragged. I'm like, can we get the story going again? Because it's like, ooh, look at this thing, this is how this works, this is how this works.
I could spend another half hour in there.
But again, I think that's one of the things I totally understand, because our tastes and what we're interested in. So I mean, I get that, and that's going to appeal to a lot of people. But for me, I was like, this is where time could have been spent giving me more story or character development, not just like, oh, look at this creature, look at this creature, look at this creature.
I was thinking about the thing where, at the New Salem church thing where she's calling all the kids in for food, and 'cause that scene goes on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. There was so little of all of that I'm okay with it, even though it was a little long in its time that it was on screen.
Yeah.
Because it did end up being an important part of the story. But again, I feel that was underdeveloped too. I think a lot of stuff in this movie, and I'm not trying to like
probably gonna be a director's cut.
Yeah, but I feel like this shouldn't. Like I'm used to that now with all the DC movies. Like, you just accept it.
I still need to watch the other two.
Oh yeah, there you go. But anyways, that's. But I feel like this shouldn't be that kind of movie. So, and I don't know that it will have a direct, because it didn't feel like stuff was chopped out. It just feels like they wanted to make it a shorter movie and they left a lot of stuff underdeveloped. Now, either maybe because they want to develop it further in the future or something. I'm sure there'll be a lot of that. But I don't know. There was just elements of this that I needed a little bit more. And like I said, I'm not trying to crap all over this movie. I know a lot of people are going to love this movie. The more I watch this, I'm sure I will enjoy it. More and more. It's just, I was left wanting a little bit more than I got, which is why I say I was whelmed, not under, not over, But yeah, some of the monster stuff though was the beast stuff was pretty damn funny. I'm definitely gonna go see if I can find Niffler, because Niffler's adorable.
Niffler, I think.
Okay, you know me and names, I'm great with them.
I've been telling him, you're gonna want to get it.
Yeah, I know. We kept seeing this exclusive. It won't be there now that I do want it. But the mating one though was pretty damn
rhino,
funny.
It's not a rhino thing. My favorite part is they had cornered a rhino.
Yeah, that was really cute.
It's just like this Titan-esque rhino with this glowing mass and its horn and
yeah, he needs to see a doctor about that. That's not natural. But of course, and then Eddie Redmayne puts on the pheromone to try and trick it into the case, but then Jacob spills the shit all over himself.
Actually, that reminds me. There is one thing that I still don't understand. The kids that were out ice skating and there was the thing under the ice.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Was it the rhino thing going underwater to get to Central Park Zoo?
I guess that's what it was, because I think
they had the same sort of luminescent
and you're right.
thing.
And because right after is when they're trying to get Niffler out of the jewelry store and the cops show up and they're covered in diamonds and they're like, they went that way. But then like a lion shows up and you're like an actual lion. You're like, wait, what? So I guess it wasn't as clear. It became clear, but it wasn't as clear. So I guess that big beast had gone to the zoo, busted it up, so all the animals were escaping.
Yeah.
And that's why that showed up. Although it was pretty damn cute that one of the little, I don't know if it's a howler monkey, I don't know my species, sorry if I'm wrong, but basically a little monkey stole Eddie Redmayne's wand.
Yes.
And then he was trying to trade it out for a stick, and then the monkey blew itself, not in a violent way, but in a cartoon way, blew itself away when it struck the wand, the rock or whatever. So little touches like that are pretty
Yeah.
cute. And again, I love the Newt and Jacob relationship that was developing, and that's why I would have liked more of that. And I love the Queenie relationship. Newt and the new woman, I think, can be a really good relationship in time, but I don't think it was terribly developed here.
No, and it felt like relationship for sake of relationship,
Yeah.
sort of, and I kind of wish movies would get away from that.
But I am going to give it points, and I think they were playing with audience expectations with this, and especially some of like the bad moms fangirls beside us were freaking out over this. But at the end, you know, they're saying their goodbyes, and he's going to get on the boat, and it's like that movie thing where you think they're going to kiss, and they don't, and he walks away. And then he comes back and he says something else, like, oh, they're gonna kiss, and he walks away. Then he comes back and like, oh, okay, now they're gonna, and they never do. So I'll kind of give him some points for that.
So much fangirl squeeing going on in that corner.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, I mean, overall pretty cool. Although I hate the president, the magic president. She's already just made me really despise her. They're gonna have to work hard to turn her around. You know.
She's not a bad person per se. She just believes that the laws are in place to protect everybody, and it's just that the laws kind of suck.
Yeah, that's where my punk rock attitude, I guess, comes out, because I'm like, I'm not against all authority, but that extremistic authority, I'm like, it's not black and white. Oh,
Yeah, the
ironically.
thing is, but they're going like, you know, it's sort of an all or nothing game. It's because a lot of humans don't do well when you introduce them to magic.
Oh, that's fine, but at the same, yeah, I was gonna say something, but then I knew it would be wrong, so I stopped myself. So about, you know, the magicians could take them, but then I'm like, well, I don't know, us
But
humans
then
are pretty
that
damn
puts
crafty
you
at
in
numbers.
the Grindelwald sort of camp, and
Yeah, yeah.
and the mages.
You know, here would be if I was running for a platform, my platform would be, we expose ourselves, we all find human mates, and we turn us all into magicians. Into wizards. Oh my god, is that gentrification? Is that what that is?
No, that's eugenics. Honey.
Eugenics, okay. This is why you don't want me as a leader. One other little issue I did have with the story. God, I feel like I'm crapping all over it. I really don't mean to. I did really enjoy it, and I do look forward to see it again. But okay, so the main lady, and I can't think of why I'm blanking on her name. I haven't figured it out. She takes the case.
I can't think of it now either.
I know, right? Well, she has the Jacob and Newt in the case, and she kind of captures them. Well, she captures them in the case after the rhino thing, and she takes them to the magic magistry thing.
Magical Congress.
Thank you, the
Magicusa.
There you go, the Magicusa. And they're in the middle of a big meeting or whatever, and, you know, she brings them all in, and she doesn't know this big senator's just been killed and everything. And then they arrest her along with the other two guys and get mad at her for waiting. You waited this long to tell us? And I'm thinking, didn't she fucking try to tell you guys at the beginning of the movie, and you're like, get the fuck out of here? Like, because she busted in on a meeting they were having immediately after finding out what was going on, and tried to tell them, and they were all like, nope, don't want to hear it. We don't care about you anymore. And then she gets arrested for waiting so long to tell them, and it's like, I tried to tell you.
Yeah, that made really, because, well, the thing is, she didn't really try to say that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
I'd be like, woman.
I know, that's one of those things I guess I just got to rewatch. But yeah, that bothered me. That bothered me in the moment.
Yeah.
The 3D though was really, really good as a 3D conversion. I did pick up one missed spot, but it was just one of those glaring things that, because my eyes were in the right place at the right time, I was like, whoa. There was a wall with bolts, and like the wall was deep, but there was a split second in a shot where two of the bolts were missed because they almost felt like they popped out 3D at me. It was just,
Oh, okay.
I mean, again, I would have never noticed it, even if I was trying to find it. It's just, I think my eyes were just in that right spot at the right time. But that was all pretty cool, and like that they were gonna execute them and all that stuff. It's pretty interesting to see how a wizard execution would work too. But kind of really messed up.
A interesting version of euthanasia.
Yeah, like, here, let's give you a happy memory you want to go to, and that we all want to die, and
In the acid vat.
yeah.
Dudes, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. Pretty damn weird.
It's like, you can do this, but the killing curse is worse?
Right, yeah.
How?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that even Voldemort would be like, damn, that's harsh. What? Sorry, I'm thinking of the pose of the pop figure. Like, what? Anyways, but yeah, so
These bitches be gangsta.
yeah, it's like even Voldemort's like, damn, that's cruel, man. But yeah, so again, like I said, it may sound like I'm being. Oh, what you
I
got?
just remembered something.
Oh, do it before, because I was about to get out of here. Okay, so one last thing before we get out of here. She reminded me we need to talk about this. So this is speculation, but it may be confirmed. We don't know, but we're going to talk a little bit about where supposedly the rest of these 4 films are going. So at this point, if you don't want, because we could be totally wrong, but we might be totally right. So it's kind of an extra spoiler warning, just giving you a fair chance. We, like I said, we don't know for sure, but this seems fairly
speculation.
But it also seems very likely this is what's going to happen. So I was just trying to give you guys a chance to jump out on that. Okay, so we know it's going to be 4 movies.
Right.
Now, how much have you heard?
I just know from what I can put together from the books.
Okay.
Which is Grindelwald was sort of the Voldemort of this particular time period.
Yeah.
And apparently Dumbledore's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I think that's going to be cool. I'm actually excited about that. And I have been hearing that we are going to see young Dumbledore, so that'll be cool.
Although they're supposed to be about the same age, and Grindelwald already looks pretty old.
Magic.
Yeah. He looks about the same way Dumbledore did in the 70s. Not 70s, but whenever he picked up Voldemort.
But anyways,
so supposedly then, the end game would be for Newt to go up against Grindelwald directly and I think take him out, but I think they talked about how he died or was dealt with in the books, and I can't remember exactly.
Now, see, that's even deeper than I was going. I wasn't, because I don't know exactly how it's supposed to pan out. What I heard is it's going to take place over enough time, like the movies will take place over the next 20 years, essentially. And we're going to get to the magic war side of World War II kind of thing. Does that sound kind of right? Where Grindelwald is kind of maybe helping the Nazis.
Yeah.
So we're kind of going to get like Nazi
he'll
wizards.
Probably have the wand of power because the symbol, I forget what it's called, the triangle, the circle, and the line.
Yeah. Okay.
The 3, the Deathly Hallows.
Okay.
I was going to get there eventually.
Yes.
The Deathly Hallows. He was wearing that pendant. Which he gave to Credence briefly.
Yeah, I thought it looked familiar.
Get that back. But anyways, and Grindelwald is the one that ends up with the wand, that portion of the Hollows. So, and Dumbledore eventually gets off him.
Yeah. But that's kind of that's the speculation I've heard that I'm excited about, is that we could see this other
Dragons
side.
versus Nazi fighter pilots. There you go.
Yeah, like this other side of World War II with like wizards and dragons and shit. And it's like, oh my god, okay, that could be amazing.
Well, he was fighting with dragons during the Great War.
That's true. That's true.
So.
Yeah. So that I'm very excited for. But
yeah.
But all right. That's probably good, right? I think that covers. I think
yeah.
we covered the movie. We covered the speculation. We had a good time. At the end of the day, like I said in the other one, you already know if you're going to see this movie or not, or you already have. Hopefully, if you're watching this, unless you're one of those people that like the spoilers. I don't get it, but whatever.
Mike, we're looking at you.
Yeah. But let us know what you thought. If you agree, disagree, what you're looking forward to. Let's geek out down in the comments, because I would definitely love to hear your thoughts. What was your favorite part of the movie, favorite character? What would you have liked to see that you didn't maybe, or maybe you got enough? I don't know. Let me know, right? Let us know, by the way. Sorry. I need to break that habit when it's us. I need to say us. I'm so used to saying me.
Well, you're the one who's obsessively reading all the comments. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I have to. I got to make sure we have a fun time in the comments. But anyway, so do that. Comment away, because even though I don't get back to many of them, I do read them all, and I enjoy that, and I appreciate them.
Trust me.
Yeah. I learned it by watching you. But so do that. Comment away. Let us know what you're thinking. Geek out with us, and click that thumbs up button. Give us the thumb of encouragement. We do love to be encouraged. And other than that, we're gonna get on out of here and go look for that Target exclusive Niffler, whatever it is. You better not have taken